And I want you to know that boldness is the bridge between fear and breakthrough. Most people don't fail because they don't have the skills. They fail because they lack boldness. Is that something you know you should have started or should have done, or conversation you should have had, or uh, steps you should have taken that you didn't not do it because you couldn't do it, but because you simply chose not to, or maybe you were afraid to do it? We're going to be talking about boldness today, and I want you to know that boldness is the bridge between fear and breakthrough. Boldness means proceeding forth even when, or going forth, or going ahead with a certain course of action, even in the presence, or when presence is when fear is present. Just because you feel like doing something doesn't mean you're absolutely courageous, and just because you're afraid of doing something doesn't mean, generally speaking, that you fear it, or that you don't have the capabilities to accomplish that stated goal, or that planned goal, or that objective. And so if we want to be successful in life in any area, I don't care what tier you want to reach, this principle applies to each and every one of us. Some of us have to make the bold decision to forgive someone who offended us. Some of us have to make I don't want to say have to. Some of us have the option of fessing up and asking for someone to forgive us because we are the offender. So whether someone accepts your forgiveness or not, you should do what's right for you. And you can't force it down their throat. You give your piece, you write that letter, you send that email. Sometimes you can't because the person may have passed away. But the point is to move forward in spite of that inner resistance, that thing called fear. All right? So let's go and get into this. Let's understand this about boldness. Boldness is not recklessness. It is confident action. That means you're going to take a certain course of action with absolute confidence because you know it's the right thing to do, or the thing you plan to do, the thing you are intentional about, and you're going to get that action. Take it out the trash can be a bold step of yours because you are overcoming laziness. We have to take bold, if we want to be successful, if we want to get things done or have some level of confidence, self-confidence, and higher self-esteem of ourselves, we need to, the options we have before us is to take those steps that would allow us to be successful, have victories, be it small or huge. You need a victory at every level. The small victories actually boost a lot of confidence in people when they go to the next level, because a big event, for example, is a bunch of small moving parts operating in unity. That's it. A big goal still takes a bunch of small steps and a bunch of small things coming together to make that one big goal a success, or a victoria. So we have, I keep wanting to say you have to, but you don't have to. If you want to stay in a state of fear, if you want to be a wimp, if you want to be a coward, that's your choice too. That really is your choice. Why it matters in life. Let's learn this. Why it matters in life, business, and personal growth to apply boldness. If you're not bold enough, you would not apply for that job or that position. For example, I've applied for several positions and I was rejected, just in short. And I may have missed something over something they needed. In one particular instance, I knew that was a possibility, so I was okay with that one. I don't like the rejection, but at the same time, that one was more understandable. But in some other cases, I'm like, okay, I'm over here. I'm pretty good at my customer service. I'm pretty good in this area, that area. I can use some improvement in this area. I already know that, but this would afford me that opportunity to do that. And so but when you are applying for a new job or a new position, for a contract or whatnot, the other party, if they're in the power position, they are and they have options. They're gonna definitely look out for their best interest, and they don't care about your feelings. Generally speaking, they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your stated goals. They want to know, are you the best fit to help them achieve their outcomes, their objectives. And so that's how you have to be. You have to, your option is to really take a bold approach. Actually take inspect your life in such a way to ask yourself, am I in a controller position in my life now? I'm not saying in every single situation. You can control only what you can control. But be be a master of your life, okay? And put yourself in winning positions. Acquire new skills. I told myself, okay, this is a learning opportunity. I'm going to get better. When I was rejected for those job positions, I said, okay, I'm going to get better. Now, do I think there's some missed opportunity on the other side? Yes. I think they should have given me an opportunity. But again, I'm not butthurt over it. I'm just saying I believe in myself that much. But okay, I said, okay, I'm going to put myself in position to where people are going to look for me rather than me looking for opportunities. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to put myself out there where I need to and things of that nature. What I'm saying is now I have to take a bolder approach, increase my skill set, which in turn increases my value to the marketplace, whatever market I'm trying to I want to get into. And I want to put myself in a position where I'm in demand, not the other way around. And that's what a lot of us should do, to whatever degree it is that we need to do. Because it matters in life when you're trying to acquire a relationship, if you're looking for a significant other. It matters in your business, professional life. Again, when you're trying to secure another job. Boldness matters when you're trying to secure business or business dealings. Now, is it cutthroat out there? Yes, it is. Does that mean you have to be nasty and crude and all that? No, it does not. It simply means you look at survey the horizon, so to speak, and see what's coming. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? What type of outcomes you want to experience? And then you make some decisions. None of this is easy, but it's necessary. So take your emotions out, put it on the side. I'm talking to men and women because we both on both genders makes that same mistake. Once we become emotional, critical thinking goes right out the window. So let's slow down. Let's think some things through. And even though you may have some trepidation here, or some level of fear in here, that may not be the alert system telling you not to do it. It's just telling you're afraid to do it because you are afraid of the unknown. That's what hurts a lot of people. It's the unknowns that get us. And so we need to put ourselves in position to say, well, you know what? I'm confident about the situation. I'm just not comfortable inside because I don't completely know the outcome, or I don't know every step I need to take, or the people I'm going to end up meeting, or the skill set I need to acquire. Those things, a lot of the tools that you need to become successful, a lot of the tools you need actually comes along the way, not at the start. Most people would get overwhelmed if you was given every single skill set and tool and knew every step you would have to take from the jump. If you knew that, many people wouldn't even start then. Talking about being afraid to move forward. I've said that before too. If I knew beforehand what my life would turn out to be, in a way that I didn't plan for, I didn't desire to turn out to become. I believe a lot of the things I went through, I would have said no to. Some of it was self-imposed. Some of it was just a part of life, right? So I would have said no. Well, this is where we're at today. Learn from the past. Don't be hindered from the past. Learn from the past. Reframe it. See it as stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks. Stepping stones to help get you to that next level rather than stumbling blocks, something that you're going to trip over. Let it make you. Let it help you. Then say, okay, now where do I want to go? Get that house, get that relationship, get that promotion, start that business, write that book, whatever. Improve my health. Reestablish relations with my family members. Some people who are close to me that I can reestablish them with. Whatever that is, move forward. You can do it. You can come back and watch this video as many times as you need to, if it encourages you that much. So let's go to step 2. We must have courage in action. And I just gave you some of that. Once again, with my own personal experience. You know, you got Michael Jordan, if you want to talk sports. You got Donald Trump, who campaigned to become president for the first time. You have Tiger Woods, one of the greatest golfers ever, stepping into a field that was dominated by others, and he steps in and he becomes the dominator. I mean, there are countless stories any of us can use. Again, in my own personal life, applying for new job opportunities, or I'll tell you one that's the most common, the most recent one with me right now is searching for my wife. I'm looking for a godly wife, a woman who has God's heart in mind first. That is Jesus the Christ. And if she takes care of a relationship with God, she's gonna take care of me. We'll love each other that way. You know, that'd be our standard. That'd be our values that we live by. God first, and each other, ourselves second, and each other third, if you will. Why? Because if you don't love God right, and you don't love yourself right, you're not gonna love me right, and vice versa. So I have to be bold enough to get out there, put myself in uncomfortable positions to meet somebody. I can have a girlfriend. That's easy, and I don't mean that in an arrogant sense. I'm saying finding a partner is easy. Finding a lifelong companion, that's what the challenge is. But it's like searching for diamonds, digging for diamonds. They're not sitting on the surface, which increases their value astronomically, right? So what I'm looking for, because I believe I'm very valuable, I'm looking for someone who's also very valuable. We're going to complement one another. We'll make room, make space in our lives. So I have to be bold enough to get myself back out there to visit people, because I got tired, I got bored, because there's so much junk out there, so much drama out there. But I'm not looking for the junk, I'm not looking for the drama. So why am I letting that hold me back? Am I afraid of rejection? I don't like rejection, but I'll take it. You don't understand what I'm saying? I don't have to like it in order to take it. So then I said, okay, well, let me get out there so I can meet someone. That's one of the biggest steps. Starting this channel, working on my coaching program. I have several things going on. There's a lot that goes into building a business or creating a business. So I'm having to push myself. Yes, I can receive encouragement from loved ones and coaches and all that, but I still have to also be that voice in my head and in my ear saying, Darius, let's get it going. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. Let's make these videos. You love the people. You've already shown that. Now let's do this and let's get more serious about it. Let's make it more real. So I'm taking steps like this, posting videos. Even though I'm not getting thousands of views yet, my goal is to make an impact, at minimum, one life. Of course, I expect to make more, impact more lives than that. But if I impact one life, only God knows how much of an impact that is. So let's take those necessary steps. How courage multiplies results when paired with preparation. There are times when you have things that are sprung upon you, spontaneous, or emergency situations just happen out of the blue. But as my dad says, when success meets preparation, when preparation meets opportunity, success occurs. So if you're not preparing for the success that you want, or for that type of experience that you want to, the expectation that you want to experience at some point in your life, then you're not really serious about that. And so we need to get into a mirror or something, whatever your process is, and talk to yourself and say, hey, Michael, Michelle, Benjamin, Jerome, Nikki, I need to sit down and really be intentional about what I want to do. Because after all, I have one life to live. I want to make it count. I want to live as best I can, and I want to give as best I can. I'm not one of those people who believe in just giving. I know the Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive, but I'm going to throw this at y'all real quick. The Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive. It did not say it's not a blessing to receive. Because if you have a heart of a giver, but not the heart of a receiver, once you finish giving with what you have, you ain't got nothing else to give. So now you begin to fail. So no, I believe we're blessed to both give and to receive, but the greater blessing is on the giving end. So you should want to have plenty, not only for you personally to live off of and your family. You should want to have plenty to give and still stay receptive, because that's the principle. Seed time and harvest. What you sow, you're going to reap. So the more you give, the more you're going to reap. The more you give, the more you're going to reap. But let the heart be pure in the giving. Not, I know I'm going to receive back. I'm going to receive back. Yes, trust in the principle. But don't let that be your motivating factor or your soul motivating factor. There are times you just give, you ain't expecting nothing back in return. And I think a lot of people are very good at that. But Jesus said in the Bible, it is more blessed to give than to receive. In other words, both are a blessing. The greater blessing is the giving part. And so that's what I want to be on. I want to have so much I can give away and it not hurt my bottom line, not hurt my family's bottom line. You feel me? So, courage multiplies results when paired with preparation. So prepare. It's good to say, I'm going to make this happen. There's some things you do need to just launch off and you're going to learn as you go. But where you can, prepare. Learn some information. Do some research. Ask questions. And let's get to it. Or in the process, let's get to it. Now, number 3. Boldness equals following instructions despite fear. Listen, each and every one of us, and this is what my system is built on. This is the principle. FTRIA, FTRIA stands for follow the right instructions. Always. Why? We always following instructions. Every single moment of our day. Even when we're on autopilot, we are following instructions. We'll be being given instructions, and we're choosing to follow instructions every single day, every moment of the day. The question is, are those the right or the correct instructions? I think a lot of it is, but some of them ain't. Put that donut down. Yeah, it tastes good. Yeah, it's one of your favorites. Yeah, yes, it's good. Okay, I'm thinking about my donuts, boy. Woo! Cinnamon rolls. Donut holes. Love it. But what's your bottom line? What's your goal? Your goal is to trim down, right? How many donuts have you had this week? 3? Okay, you can put the 4th one down. You understand? If you break yourself off of one habit in order to make room for another habit, then the best time to start is now. Once you've made a decision, you got the process started, the best time is to enforce it then, not later. Oh, this one ain't going to hurt me. You might be right. But subconsciously, you are constantly creating bad habits for yourself. And that's just food. It could be finances. It could be in your education. It could be on your job. But nope. Follow the right instructions no matter how you feel on the inside here. You may have fear of what your peers think because you keep trying to do everything correctly. By the book as close as possible to the book, and based on the guidance you was given by your coach or the instructions you were given by your boss or whatnot. And so you may have people making fun of you. And so out of fear that Joe's going to talk about you this time again, you like, you know what? I'm just going to chill. I'm just do it this way. Forget Joe. This your life. Let Joe do what Joe do. You do what you do. See how it comes out. Over a period of some things is going to happen over a short period of time, and some other things are going to happen over a longer period of time. Give yourself an opportunity. Give yourself. Be fair to you. Be right for you. Not for everybody else. Be right for you. Follow the right instructions. Whatever that may be for that moment. Don't drink and drive. Right? Okay. Now, courage. Courage is acting on truth when it's inconvenient. Everything I'm telling you about right now is about inconvenience. I used to do so many things trying to make everything work around my schedule, mostly around my feelings about that moment. I don't feel like making a video. I don't feel like making that phone call. I don't feel like taking the trash out. I don't feel like doing the laundry. I don't feel like it. If you want to be in your own world a part of the elite successful, now when I say elite in this case, I'm talking about the good type of people. even for just self, to please oneself, that you are developing the right habits that's going to bring success for you and your loved ones, and then you can teach these same traits, these same principles to somebody that you love or somebody who you may be mentoring. There's times you're teaching other people things simply by being yourself, and somebody else is watching you. You don't even know it. And they're learning principles. They're learning how to carry themselves just by watching you and just by listening to you indirectly. Some people won't say a word to you, but they're paying attention to you. And so it may be inconvenient for you to do that thing right here or right there. Do it anyway. Again, keep it in the context of I'm talking about what's right. Do it anyway. Do it for you. It's not about pleasing everybody else. Now, in my personal life, my goal, my ultimate goal is to please God all the time, which I do feel that, but I want to please God all the time. Secondly, I want to please Darius. If I take care of those two relationships, I'll be great for my future wife. I'll be great for my parents, my siblings, my friends, my customers, etc., my business associates, all those things. If I take care of those two relationships, I'm going to be good. And I encourage you, do the same. So let's keep this in mind. Walking in boldness to get the things done that needs to be done in spite or despite the fear that you may feel. That has nothing to do with whether or not this project is right or wrong. But it has everything to do with whether or not you get it done. If you walk in that boldness, it unlocks progress. And if you be consistent, if you are repetitious with it, over time, you will see those changes and experience it, and others is going to talk about it too. So keep this in mind. This thought in mind also. If you want to live at your highest level, remember we're on this earth for one day we're on this earth one time generally, right? You have one life to live. If you knew you was going to die in 30 days, 60 days, 6 years, what would you do at that time? My encouragement to you is to be more intentional and take the right courses of action. So I want to leave you with this thought. If you want to live at your highest level, it's time to move boldly with no fear, just faith. Believe that the steps you're about to take are going to be successful because you're doing the right thing. And let me add this. Doing the right thing does not mean things are going to always go your way and that you would not face any obstacles or oppositions or opponents. Matter of fact, those at times can signal that you're actually on the right path because now it's time for you to grow. It's going to be painful, but on the other side of it, it's going to be pleasurable. I want to thank y'all for joining me today. Remember to maximize the moment. I'll see you next week.